Well, good evening and welcome to my channel. There's no place like your home. It's good to see you and thanks for stopping by. So before I forget, if you do like my channel, please like and subscribe. I'm here to offer DIY tips, show you how to repurpose, recycle, and think about using things in a completely different way, not spending a lot of money, and being open to options such as thrifting, yard sales, flea markets, curb alerts, which is the fancy way of saying garbage day, and really designing your space on a dime. So we all have our own unique taste and style, and you want to be able to find those things that reflect you and your home and just bring out the best. So without further ado, my first thing that I want to share with you is I did have, and you can see that, this fencing, the rolls of the fake greenery. And because the shrubs back here are a little sparse or kind of bare, I just took that piece, which I actually had before, and have that up there along that back just to kind of give a sense of privacy. Now, my neighbor next door, his mom was advertising a bed for a headboard and footboard on our free local site. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, if nobody else really needs that, they don't need it for a bed, I would like to use it. And she knows me, so she knows I was going to do something other than setting up a bed with it. So what I did, now, again, we all have our own taste and our own style. So you may be rolling your eyes thinking, oh my gosh, why don't you just plant a toilet with some flowers in it too? But I liked the look. I could see the vision that I had for this headboard, and that was turning it into the look of a gate. So if you can see that there, and I had this metal art work. It's very heavy, and I never knew what I was going to use it for. And I just attached that onto the headboard, and I have a little piece of metal hardware to kind of give it the look of a gate handle. And I thought, as I had said last week, that as much neutral as possible back here really would serve this area best. I think with, knickknacks and color, I just think, to me, that would look tacky. So I wanted to keep it as neutral as possible, and uh, there you have it. But it works for me. I really don't come out here that much. It was an area just pretty muddy. We had old gym equipment out here. It was pretty much of a mess. So this has taken me a while, really, overall, to get this cleaned up and get it in order. And what I did last week, I went to Home Depot and they had 5 bags of mulch for $10. So I ended up getting 13 bags of mulch and laid that out, all in this area. And then if you can see my little slate sidewalk here, I found all of this slate under my porch last summer, and I extended like the walkway out there, and then I took some of it and brought it out here to make it look like you could really go out to that gate. So that worked for me. And then actually my neighbor, he did put up this extra wood that he had from his project, and I really like the privacy, so I ended up getting another big piece of the the greenery, and I just staple gunned that to the length of that. And in the evening, when it just goes down a little bit more, that sun, this really is a very charming area, to be quite honest with you. It's not, an expensive look, or, I didn't spend a lot of money. I didn't have people come in and do this professionally. I just did what I could And again, not spending a lot of money because it's really not an area that I use, but I did want to have it cleaned up. And I would say, well, let me just show you the little brick kind of edging I put down. And my bricks even, somebody was advertising a few years ago, they had bricks. So I took my old car and I loaded up the trunk with bricks. So I have a lot of bricks. And that's how I've done things, is just finding things that I know somewhere along the line I'm going to be able to use. And those have worked out well for me. And really what set the whole thing in motion back here, what gave me the inspiration was last Friday I was at my true thrift store, and I mean it's a real thrift store, and they had this chandelier, and if you can see this, it is absolutely cool, funky, unique. I love it. I love it. And the candelabra part here, I just took the white plastic covers off, and I'm leaving it alone. And that's sometimes what I do with my DIYs. I don't get into a lot of the like really redoing things and changing things. I love this as it is, and I ended up just getting some timed fairy lights and stringing this through here, and then just some of this artificial greenery that hangs down. So probably within the half hour, when it's just a little darker and the sun's come out, it's just truly, really a very, very lovely piece to look at and have back here. And it provides just enough light that I wanted. So, and that was, I spent $10 on that. As soon as I saw it, I knew that was going to be the centerpiece, the inspiration to get this, this back area done. Now, for now, I'm not sure, but here's if I'm keeping this here, there's the footboard. I just kind of tucked that back in there among the trees. And as I had said before, there's really not too much that I could do back here because of the trees. So I, again, just want to keep it as simple as possible. I do like the gate effect. I like the fact that I have some privacy from the greenery. And again, I don't know if I'll keep this up here. I just tucked it in here for today. So, but yeah, there you have, there you have it. Let's see, just getting a full view there. Oh, and another item that I had thrifted, and not recently, I've had this, is this just this beautiful green bird cage. And as I had said on another video, someone had, had all these beautiful flowers and plants, they're all artificial, and they got rescued. And so I'm just using a few of them for now. But I really liked how, it's not a real fern, but that it's in this bird cage, and just really complements the area. And the bar that it's hanging on is one of my sons put that up when they do their chin up. So I think I want to, get some kind of covering over it. Maybe some brown paper, heavy paper, or just paint it brown or something, so it blends in more with the look that I want back here. And that's keeping it very natural, very simple, and definitely more cleaned up than it was. And I just have another little pot here, you can see, just with some of those artificial flowers and plants. And this is the most unique begonia I've ever seen with the color of these leaves. I'm trying to rescue that from having been neglected. And then the patio and the bricks that I laid, or I'm sorry, the pavers that I laid, and then put the brick framing around it just to give it a little more interest to this area. And some of my grasses here, once they really take off, I'll get those planted somewhere. I'm not quite sure where, but I think they are, nice addition. And some of the kids are checking in, some of the girls. And then lastly, I guess, if you can see this beautiful strawberry whole terracotta plant holder, um, my neighbor a couple years ago when they moved, they put two of them, both of them out to the garbage. And I just thought, I've never tried to plant strawberries in there, but I knew that I would be able to use them at some point. And I bought one wavy petunia. I thought the little bit of red, just that little splash of red, works very well back here. And I divided the plant in half, and so the other one's struggling a little bit, but I'm trusting that it'll come along. And I'll have two beautiful petunia plants back here that will just add such a lovely accent to this whole area. So again, my gifted umbrella and a Facebook Marketplace little bistro set. So for me, you know, it all comes together. It's very simple. So you want to find, again, you know, when you're doing a space, you want to find really what will be the best look for it. And as I said, for this particular space, it needed to be brought down, cleaned up, but you know, kept as is, but brought down with some things that really worked in the space. So as always, there is no place like your home, and bloom where you're planted, make the best of things. You don't have to spend a lot of money. And for me, and I would like to share with you, the most important thing really is tapping into your creativity, seeing what you can come up with, changing things around. And it's never easy. It's, you know, well, a lot of times it's not easy. Sometimes I wait to hear a crash, and I do. Or, you know, I do all this heavy moving and lifting, and then it's not where I want it to be. So I'm back to the drawing board. So you know, again, bloom where you're planted, make the best of things. You don't have to spend a lot of money. And, you know, you can use that for other things, you know, a different part of your life. But I think having a nice home and a nice environment, I think things like that just feed off of each other, and it keeps you positive, and you just see, you know, what you're capable of doing yourself. And again, if you like my channel, please like and subscribe. And if you do have a hard time hearing this at times, don't forget there are closed captions as well. Alrighty, well, I will see you next time. Having done this project really did open up some other things for me that kind of I was stalled on. And this just kind of, oh, you know, as I'm saying, you know, opened it up and freed me up to get some other creativity going in a couple other places that I really would just like to be able to finish. So here, let's just end on this beautiful, seeing this beautiful chandelier. Let me get my glasses on here. There we go. Yeah, I just love it. I think it's just so pretty. All right, well, I'll see you next time. Have a good weekend.